Leon Alexander's here, and Mike Stephen is too. Leon, what do you got? A big day tomorrow.
Absolutely.
You're got great weather.
Yo, man, did we ever get lucky? Did you have anything to do with that?
I wish.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Take credit whenever you can.
Yeah, jump on this, brother. Yeah.
No, tomorrow we've got our 5th annual. That's right, the 5th annual Hatchery Outdoor Adventure, which is going to be held there at the Norfolk Hatchery just below the Norfolk Dam. Get this out of the way. The gates will be open at 9 a.m. and it'll run till about 2 p.m. And it's being sponsored by the Friends of the Norfolk National Fish Hatchery and the Norfolk National Fish Hatchery. Last year, we had 540 kids.
Wow.
This year, we've got Chamber of Commerce weather coming our way.
You could end up in a whole other situation this year.
So I don't know, but we handled it very well last year. The the whole event is kind of centered around getting the kids outdoors, getting them involved in outdoor activities. Excuse me, leaving their phones at home, leaving their iPods at home, coming out and just finding out what's new to do. Mm-hmm. This year we've got about 20 different venues for them to do. We've got some of the standbys, which let's start off with the little kids. This is one of my absolute favorites. How many would like to fish in the raceway at the hatchery?
Me, Coach. Put me
okay, everybody raise their hand. Well, the little kids for last year and this year, that's what they're going to be able to do.
Wow.
So that is something that's very, very special. And I think as far as to my memory, this is the only 2 times it's happened last year and this year. So I think the age limit is like 7. So if you're 7 or younger, you get to fish in the raceway. If you're older, you get to go down to Dry Run Creek. There will be people there from North Arkansas fly fishers with the rigs, with the expertise, will help you and let the kids fish in Dry Run Creek. And I don't know if you've seen this photograph that was out maybe about a month ago. A young guy, I think he was maybe 12 years old, pulled out a 32-inch rainbow out of there.
There you go.
Wow.
I mean, that thing was.
Yeah.
They're in there. As a matter of fact, this one even was so big it had a name, Old Henry. So.
He had it tattooed on his fin. That's how old he was.
Well, he was old and hard to catch. But we've got other things like the Japanese face painting is coming back. That's where we've got these big rubber fish, and the kids put paint all over it, and then they press them out on paper. And then what they end up with is a painting that they've made that they're able to take home. And I know a lot of people have a collection now from about the last 5 years, for their kids doing this. We've got some bug identification, and we got some here's
bug identification. They're like creepy and creepier.
Yeah, we have the ASU Mountain Home has a group of. They've collected all these insects, and from little bitty to great big, and from all over, and so they bring those out, and the kids are able to look at them, and then they've got the microscopes where they can look through the microscopes. Cool. It's really very entertaining. We also have a little spin casting. We've got what we call lawn fishing, which is. It's just you got a plug on the end of your spin cast rod. You cast it out, and if you hit and you're able to collect a flat grass fish and reel it in, and you get really pretty good at that. We also have the Boy Scouts coming this year. They were there last year, and they drew a lot of attention. And this year they've got new tents. So they're going to be there to show them off.
Wow.
And do in some knots and some other things that they're going to be doing there, too. And that's one of those organizations that I really support.
Oh, yeah. And they're really under the radar. You really don't hear about it, but they are so important to kids growing up. The scouting program is just builds that character and that confidence.
I was the scoutmaster for 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Near and dear to my heart. And so I'm so glad to see that we finally made connection and gotten them out there. The big thing that everybody wants to know, we also have a bat boy. And I'm not talking about the wooden kind that you swing at a ball. We're talking about the little flying kind, and he's going to have a number of bats out there.
Cool.
So you'll be able to see those.
So there won't be any mosquitoes out there then either.
Hopefully not. We have the BB gun range again this year, and as you all are probably aware, that is the number one attraction. Kids love that thing.
Sure it is.
Matter of fact, it got so big, the lines got so long, well, we did something about it. We now have 2 ranges.
Really?
So now they can go through the whole thing, and hopefully half the time, and a lot of the kids should go through it, and they just turn right around and get back in line again.
Sure.
So hopefully this is going to speed things up. We also have archery for all the age groups. And let's see what else we got. We got food that's going to be there. The Norfolk Volunteer Fire Department, they'll be there to serve hot dogs and potato chips and soft drinks. I think it's $3. So, all of that's going on.
Now, the kids don't need licenses or anything.
No, absolutely.
Mom, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, whatever the case may be.
Here's the important word: free.
Yes.
It is absolutely free except for the hot dogs. So, it's going to be a great event. We do need some more volunteers. It takes about 50 volunteers to put that event on.
At least.
That's a lot of people.
Sure.
And it's spread out.
Up? 3 days to get everything going?
No, we'll be setting it up tonight, and by in the morning, we'll be ready to go. But so from 9 to 2.
9 till 2 tomorrow, and just remind people where it's at.
It is at the Norfolk National Fish Hatchery, which is just below the Norfolk Dam.
The campground down there, on the other side of the road, across the road from the campground.
Across the road from
just
the
to give people a point of reference, because, like I say, not everybody knows.
And there's a big banner in the front.
There'll be some signage. You'll see because you'll see all the cars. You'll know.
You'll see all the cars. You take 600 kids and multiply that times 2. That's how many people we have. We are asking our volunteers, if any volunteers, that even if you haven't agreed to volunteer yet and you want to do it now, come on out. Your help's appreciated, and we ask that they be there somewhere between 8 and 8:30 to kind of get settled down.
Sure.
Interesting. Wow.
So, that's great.
Also, if I may, just one other quick thing. We've got 2, I'm going to call them surprise events, and they are really going to be extraordinary. And so I don't want to give everything away, but one of them involves an activity in the raceway, and the other one involves activity flying. So I'll just leave that out there for people and see if it creates any curiosity.
It's going to be huge.
It's a flying saucer.
It's going to be huge.
Wow.
So they can go to St. Peter's, have breakfast, go over and catch fish. Take the kids, go catch fish.
Yep.
And when they get done with that, for dinner for Sunday, they go out to Saturday. Well, no, but dinner for Sunday, because they're going to go Saturday and pick up their Boston. What are these?
Boston Butts.
Boston Butts out in Pineville.
Yeah. This is one of the times, I think last year, this is our 5th annual fundraiser at Pineville Fire Department doing this event. And it's kind of funny. I know that you guys have always been like a week ahead of us. and then we fall in behind it. Now we've come back together, and we were talking earlier, before we were going against Baxter County Fair at the same time. So it's kind of neat that everybody comes together and the volunteers. And I understand what you're saying, setting up. I got folks at the fire station right now firing the cookers.
Absolutely,
yeah. Yeah, it's a big deal to get people to help, and there's a lot of stuff going on in our great communities. It's awesome.
And I want to bring that out. With Bob and Mike and Leon here, we've got basically 2 to 3 different cities represented working together.
You bet.
And everybody's got folks from Mountain Home and Cotter,
right?
Brockwell. As far as that,
we sent out flyers to the schools, and we went as far as Flippin, Yellowville, Calico, and
what about East? What about Ash Flat and Evening?
Yes, actually, I think we did. I think we actually mailed some flyers, out there. So, and Melbourne, we included Melbourne. Not only the kids, within our school system, within our districts, but also outside the county. So,
sure. Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with everybody right after this. 7:48, and the gang's all here. Bob at Mike number 2, Mike at 3, and Leon over at number 4. And, of course, we've got everything going on this weekend, but take a few minutes to reflect on 9/11.
Let's do. at 343, everybody says that's not just a number. We lost a lot of heroes that day. You see videos of these guys, photographs of these guys gearing up and just going.
Yeah.
And try not to get choked up because
good luck.
There's a firefighter from Eureka Springs that was hurt just doing his job. He went in there and he's in the burn center in Springfield, and that can happen to any of our volunteers.
Sure.
And it's one of those deals where we train and prepare, but you can't train and prepare for everything.
No.
We had 30 plus people at a house fire last weekend that we were dealing with, and keeping track of those folks and thinking about those different things that happen. Volunteers putting their lives on the line, literally, and we don't want to forget them. There's injuries that sometimes they go, it'll just be that blurb in the media, so and so hurt during this. We got police officers that are getting shot and assassinated. There's so many things right now.
Sure about the schoolboy in Texas who's about 17 years old, pulled
watching the girl pump her gas, the officer pump her gas.
Yeah, he says, "I've got your back."
Yes, I did see that, and that's we had a firefighter who's trying to do a fundraiser like we're doing this weekend. They were doing Fill the Boot, up in Lansing, Michigan.
Ran him over.
Intentionally ran him over, and things like that are happening.
Yeah.
Yes, it's one of those deals where line of duty death is one thing because we kind of know what we're signing on for, but when you've got people coming up behind you and shooting you, pumping gas and doing.
They ran over a fireman doing Fill the Boot.
Yes, sir. They sure did.
That's incredible.
And the thing is, I don't want to key on the negative. We just need to key on, these volunteers that come out here, thank them. Because
exactly
because
it's not just the people that are killed, the guys that get hurt and carry that hurt with them, and the burden it puts on the family. It's not just that one incident for that one little spot right there. I come from a fire family. I can speak somewhat of firemen, and the families that are affected, keep them in your prayers as well, because that's really where
and that could be a key member. Small departments, that could have been a key member on the department. That's your go-getter, and the guy that got out there and was always there no matter what. He might have been the one that made the coffee in the morning. So every time the guys come into the station, the coffee's not made. They're like, we're
this is like Fred used to make it.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
What you run in. Sure.
And it's a family, and it's an extended family. And right now, my family, my extended family, and some of my blood family, are at the Pineville station. They're firing up them cookers, and we're going to be cooking all day today. We got over 200 Boston butts to cook from now until tomorrow for the barbecue meal and for some that were pre-ordered. But while we're there, we're cooking hamburgers all day long today. So if somebody wants to stop by and get a carry-out, if you want to sit at a table and eat it, we'll let you do that too.
Where's this at, so the people know where to go? Because
Bob is
Mr.
He's Mr. GPS today.
Because I get people, we move people here from all over the country, and they go, "Yeah, that's nice, but I don't know what
if you get on 177 to go across the North Fork Dam and stop by and see the fish hatchery and roll through and see and let them kids have a good time, and even the adults. We have a lot of people are just the husband and wife traveling and driving. Run 177, cross the dam. When 177 comes to a stop, it comes to a T. That's Pineville, Arkansas.
Turn right.
Take a right, and you will not miss us. There's lights and there's
23 on the right. Yeah.
You're 200, maybe 300 yards from the intersection. We're going to be on the right-hand side. You're not going to have any trouble finding us, and we'd love to have people come by and visit. It is a big community event, especially on Saturday.
Follow your nose.
Follow your nose.
There you go. You see the smoke signals. That's right.
You start smelling smoke, you're getting closer. We're going to be running 3 cookers.
Wow.
And in North Arkansas Electric, we've got their smoker, their big smoker every year, and they've helped us out with it, which is great. And we've got our cook that comes from the hills that he says, "I don't even have to mention my name. I just come out and cook for you." He's bringing Betsy, which is a cooker he's had forever. And then we've got one more cooker. So we've got 3 cookers that are going to be going, and I'm pretty sure it's starting to smoke up about now.
I bet it is.
Now.
I bet it is.
And we invite everyone to come through. Calico, this is the second Saturday in the month in Calico, and there's always something on the second Saturday of the month in Calico Rock. They've got some sort of event. It may be in the museum, which is getting national attention down there. It's a great deal.
Yep.
And they've got the rendezvous thing going on. I
didn't get a press release on that.
Because I usually send it to you. My fault. Oops. But they're down there in Rand Park right now. I saw the tents set up. It's the it's a big deal, and it's not regular tents. It's like pioneer type tents.
Oh, cool.
So they're down there, and there's events going on. They're going to have vendors down there selling food in Calico too. So there is so many things to do going in that direction. Hit 177, just keep going. You can make your way through all kinds of stuff.
Leon, recap real quick on what you've got tomorrow from 9 to 2 at the Norfolk National Fish Hatchery.
It is the Hatchery Outdoor Adventure for the kids. It's free. It will start at 9 a.m. and end at 2, and we have about 20 different vendors, and the whole object is to get kids outside. And when they do go to these booths, I might add, they don't just have to look. I mean, they have to interact.
This is a participation event. This isn't just come to look at stuff.
Absolutely.
This isn't like a big iPad. This is actual get your hands on there, get wet, get dirty, and have some fun and learn some stuff.
Come early, stay long.
There you go. There you go.
Got music going on our event as well, and at the main event's 11 to 3 on Saturday. And we've got musicians come from all over. I'm not going to start listening because I'll forget somebody.
That'd be good. Tomorrow, the Paul Bunyan Breakfast at St. Peter's Church. Saturday, from 7:30 to 10:30. There's pancakes, fresh scrambled eggs, link sausage, biscuits and gravy, coffee, juice, water. Admission is $6, $3 for under 12. You will not be disappointed going there.
The FOP 5K tomorrow at Big Creek.
Yep.
$25 registration at 7. Think race at 8.
Yep.
Tonight, free fish fry for Judge Sean Womack, kicking off the Supreme Court campaign at First Baptist Church on Spring Boulevard. It's Club Boulevard. Spring at Club.
Spring at Club. It's right at the intersection.
By Cooper Park, yeah. And the fish is by John 316's Ministries out of Batesville. Boy, they do a great job.
Get out and show the local boy that we care. That's very important that we show the local guys that we care.
Sean does a good job. Judge Womack does
a
good job.
He's done a great job.
The weekend is now here.
Here.
Yay! Thanks, Leon. Bob. We'll be back on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.